Bad Decisions is for raw and unfiltered conversations. Guest opinions are entirely their own. Watch responsibly. And please don't use the show as a life manual unless chaos is your thing. Bad Decisions को बेबाक और बिना फिल्टर वाली बातचीत के लिए बनाया है। मेहमानों की राय पूरी तरीके से उनकी अपनी है। जिम्मेदारी से देखें और प्लीज इस शो को जीवन का ज्ञान मत समझें। Do you need an enemy to succeed?
I don't need an enemy. I need an audacious challenge. I like claiming to the world before I even do it that I'm gonna do it.
Your relationship with the AIFF. How do you define that relationship?
I am probably their worst nightmare, and I pride myself in doing that. There has to be a watchdog on them who's able to call it out the way it is. The system is so bad that it urges you to be mediocre.
So the kind of transparency that you're asking for from AIFF, you're sure that that's the transparency here at MINERVA, and I can see the book.
Nobody would have given a rat about me if I didn't have results. Simple. There are two things in life, results and reasons don't count. I'll give you a prediction of the 2036 Olympics. We're going to get a medal in football in 2036 Olympics. I don't care if they like me or not. I don't care anyone likes me or not. I'm going to get India there. And for that, if I have to be the most hated man alive, I don't care.
If you've not heard the name Ranjit Bajaj, let me tell you, you're a little oblivious about what's going on in Indian football. But don't worry about it, because we're going to decode everything about Indian football and the man that Ranjit Bajaj is on Bad Decisions. Now, it's very interesting is because let's first get to the man himself. The dichotomy of the human being is quite crazy, because this very man who owns MINERVA Football Academy, who is proving to be one of the most successful academies in the country, also owned a nightclub back in the day. He also had charges of drug use, attempt to murder, also went to jail. In fact, that's how he opens the TED Talks from. But from there, let me tell you what his academy and his under-15 boys have been able to do. They've just beaten Liverpool 6-0. They won the Helsinki Cup. They won the Gothia Cup. Man is right here. Ranjit, welcome to Bad Decisions.
I hope this is not going to be one of them. But
I know. You think?
No, but no, not at all. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you here at MINERVA and to show you where the magic happens. So welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. But I was just explaining about the dichotomy that you are. The past and the present is glaringly different.
Yep.
Right? So just like talking to you as a person, there is no warm-up. I realized in the last 24 hours that I've met you and stuff, you are straight to the point. The show is exactly like that. There is no warm-up. The first question that I go ahead with here is that, what's the worst decision of your life?
Worst or bad?
Worst.
Because see, bad means scrapbook hai. Believing a stamp which the world puts on you. That means when you do something in life and suppose you've been given a label, and the label's not being given by you. The label's been given by this world which judges you on everything you do. Especially if you happen to be, like I was, the son of two high-profile civil servants. They were officers in the Indian Administrative Service, IAS. And also because they were high-profile because of my mom's case and everything else which went with it, I was very under high scrutiny. So I was labeled first as a brat. Then after that, I took that on very, very nicely. And then after that, I was labeled as a gangster. And I took that on very nicely because the world labeled me. And I didn't think I had the power to change that label because I thought that's what the world has done and they must be right because it's the world. Till the time I learned that the only person you have to care about is yourself and the only opinion you have to care about is yourself, because the only person you can lie to is yourself. You can't lie to yourself ever. You can lie to the whole world. Yourself you can never lie to. And who do you know the best? Yourself. And who's your competition in life is yourself. So why do you care about anyone else? The moment you care about other people's opinion, that's what a politician is. And I'm not one. You have to be very diplomatic. You have to care what others will think. कोई माइंड तो नहीं कर जाएगा, मेरे मुंह में कोई फिल्टर नहीं है, मैं मुफट हूँ. Exactly एक है ललित मोदी, but he kind of plans and like he told you in the thing that he wants to have a shock factor or maybe he wants
it's scripted. The word is
scripted because there has to be a controversy. Mine is not. I'm a walking, talking controversy. So, because I spit out facts and spit out the truth. And why do I do it so unabashedly and ashamedly? Because I embrace my past.
Okay.
Because that's the only thing they can have against me. And now I'm an open book. See, if they say that you shouldn't throw stones at others if you live in a glass house. The kind of house I had before 32 was not even glass. It was probably made of paper mache. Okay, so it was the worst thing to do if I wanted to even raise a finger at anyone. Now I challenge people. Go ahead, find something, and let me debunk you. Because my life's, if that's why, and that's the kind of thing I put on myself. That look at the kind of things you've been doing and allegations you've been making openly. Now you better be watching your steps. So, Julius Caesar's wife has to be above suspicion. Simple as that.
All right. So let's just dig a little deeper. You were in ROADIES.
Yep.
You
ROADIES 1, the original first one.
the first one, right? Then you owned a nightclub.
Yep.
It's called Score.
Yep.
Scoring goals and scoring women and scoring
Everything.
what? Everything.
Scoring drugs, right?
Scoring drugs.
That's exactly, so the tagline was keep scoring. So that could be taken in so many different ways.
Keep scoring. So from
And UV was the one who basically, UV and me grown up together. So UV was the one who opened that nightclub for me. And along with my friend Ranjit, because I just come back from ROADIES, and along with him was Anusha Dandekar. And along with Anusha was a lot of people from the VJ and fraternity, because I've just been there and the first show was, amazing for them. So I used kind of that. And then I used my cricketer friends, all the friends. So I had people like Virender Sehwag and even Rahul Dravid, everybody in the Indian team then coming on in a video and say, Harbhajan Singh, keep scoring. And I was playing that in my video. And now I realize, oh my God, that would have cost me like a bomb. Okay. But that's the kind of relationship I had. Dhoni was doing that. So I served under 4 different captains when I was in the cricket stint.
So how does a man from owning a nightclub, having about 8 cases or more than that, on 27 cases, 27
in 5 different states.
In 5 different states.
But states means Chandigarh, Punjab, Haryana. So basically, so if you go and do something in Panchkula, it's Haryana. And if you do something in Mohali, where you're sitting right now, it's Punjab.
Right.
And Chandigarh. No, I didn't go out and terrorize the whole state. Right. And then I had a case in Delhi. And because in Delhi, we used to keep going. And Himachal. And Himachal is again same Kalka, which is 20 minutes from here. So it was not like I was going terrorizing the whole state. It was just like, the student politics makes you do things which you would never do. And from there is where you get into basically the start of either being a politician or being a gangster.
Or turning that rebellion in you into shaping India's football future. But is there a pattern here? Do you need an enemy to succeed? Because the AIFF clearly right now is your enemy.
No, I don't need an enemy. I need an audacious challenge. Something which has never been done before. That's what I need. And that's what drives me. And I like claiming to the world before I even do it that I'm going to do it. Because see, why do I do that? It's not only confidence in the boys in my training, in my world-class processes. See, the results are consistent, and that's why I tell the whole world that the party abhi shuru hui hai. Don't worry, you're going to see every batch which comes out is going to be better than the last batch, and people can't believe it. So the ones who beat them 6-0 and the ones who went and dominated now are 2 different age groups. One is under 12, one is under 16. That means the processes are still great. But when those boys were under 12, they were not even half of as what the under 12 was. But my under 8s are even better. So we don't have to even think about that the future. Future is confirmed. But I had to put pressure on myself. Why? Because if I've said it openly, then I have to make sure that I keep that word. Somebody asked me, oh my God, what are you feeling after winning both titles? There, I said relief. Not happiness, relief. Relief that I was able to make sure that I did it because I said I'm going to do it.
We have a guest here.
Hello, my brother. Hi. Okay, so...
Nonetheless, it's fine. It's okay.
And he's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, well, I will get to... It started with the April 3rd, 2026, with us stamping over Liverpool 6-0. But before that, you were talking about AIFF and your relationship with AIFF. How do you define that relationship currently?
BFF. Because they just changed their name to Bharat Football Federation because that's their bright idea of how to get us to the World Cup. Why didn't I think of that? Okay, so my relationship with them would be like I am probably their worst nightmare. Okay? And I pride myself in doing that because there has to be a watchdog on them who's able to call it out the way it is. Doesn't matter who the head is. For example, the last time it was Praful Patel, and he didn't cover himself in glory when we all know what about Air India. And then my problem was I don't want a president whose bio, even on Twitter or anywhere else, says Union Minister of this, MLA from here, MP, whatever MP from here, and then this, and then this, and then this, and yeah, oh, also AIFF president. If you're AIFF president, that should be eating, breathing, sleeping that, and you should have no other interest except the nation going first. So that itself was wrong. So I was fighting for making sure there are no politicians in sports at all. Because what you had that time in sports federations was that in a football federation, you had IS officers, IPS officers, judges, politicians, but you had no footballers. And there was same thing in every sports federation. So with the new sports code which has come in, with the Lodha Commission report, with my case in the Supreme Court and the new constitution, that being also added to the sports code, especially the conflict of interest part, which I'm so proud to have written, that has made sure that you have sports representation in, now you have cricket, we have a cricketer. Then in hockey, we have a hockey player at the top. We have PT Usha there in the Olympic thing. So we've got footballers. Now in football, we also have a footballer.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he used to say that I played for India, international. And then later we came to know that he's never played for India. And he made that statement. So that's how he started his campaign, man, that I played for India. Now the pathetic thing is that when the AIFF was asked for the list of all their internationals, they didn't have one. They didn't have any records. They did not keep records of any of their matches ever till obviously the internet came along and everything is online. They didn't have a record. So we don't know whether this, but all the other people where he claims to have played have all discredited him that he's not played. But we don't know about all the other greats who have played. So that's how symbolic it is. But the whole point begins from the entire system. The system is so bad that it urges you to be mediocre. It puts those stamps in action, which I was talking about. Putting a stamp on you, stamp Indians can't play. So they say that, oh my God, we should listen to Goras. So the Gora coaches come here. And trust me, they're not the best ones. Okay? They're the ones who didn't get jobs there. They're the ones who come here. Because we know, great, let's come to it. Like I was saying yesterday, we suck. Okay? And when the Gora coaches come here, they say, oh, it's not about, it don't have winning. Development honi chahiye. You can bloody afford to say that you won bloody 4 World Cups or 2 World Cups, man. We can't afford to say, what the hell do you mean it's not about development? How is development and winning not the same thing? It's a habit, it's a culture, it's a mindset. And you form it at a very young age. You can't deprogram that person. That at 15, it's okay to lose. But at 18, you have to die for winning. How the hell are you going to do that? That's why our Indian team keeps losing to everyone. Because they've been born and brought up. And the same with the league. There's no promotion and relegation. There's no threat. So the moment there's no threat, you get comfortable. Right. And if you are comfortable in life, you're not growing. You only grow out of your comfort zone. So our Indian footballers haven't grown for 10 years because there is a safety net that they will never be relegated. So there's never pressure in Indian football. That's why they can't even handle this much of pressure when they go and play bigger countries, right, or even smaller countries for better.
But here's a question, Ranjit. No matter how much effort Minerva puts in, right, and we're seeing the results. We are seeing the results in youth football. The Minerva boys are making us very proud. But does it ever bother you that your relationship with the AIFF, that relationship might hurt your own boys?
No, not at all. Because if that was true, I would have not produced 250 internationals, which is, what is this number? That is means for all age groups combined, for different age group teams and senior teams, which is, what is this number? How is it compared to everyone else? You put all the other clubs in India on one side, you put all the academies on one side, you put everything on one side, those numbers still are more. Together, those numbers don't match up. So if they had to do that, imagine where India would have been. So what happens is
but
that,
they're doing it another
I'll tell you,
ways.
what happens is that the coach of the team, whoever's put of the national teams, junior or senior, they are bothered about their own results. So when they do their scouting, they want to select the Minerva boys because they know how good we are. And whenever they don't, I make sure they do. How? Because let's talk about the Under-17 World Cup. So Under-17 World Cup, the government of India gave them a budget of 20 crores because it was happening in India. And we took part because we were hosting it. And
this is 2017.
yeah, 2017. So at that time, I was just 2 years into the football scene, just 2 years. And I was that time, 2017, I was the under 13, 15 and 18 champions of India. And that year I was going to go on and win the senior as well. But being champions of all age groups means that they should have selected at least some of my boys, which they didn't, which I found very, very odd. And I said, after they had come back and spending those 20 crores from 30 countries they toured, and they came back and the team was primed and ready to go, 1 month to go for the World Cup. I said, please have a match with me. They said, no, we don't have the money now. Our money is finished. So I said, fine, I'll come there. And I requested the Portuguese coach who was there that please allow me, I'll bring them. He said, okay, fine, bring your under 15 too. So with my own money, I took my under 15, under 17 to Goa. And my under 17 beat the Indian under 17 World Cup team, and my under 15 beat the Indian under 15 team. Now, were we better than the Indian team? No, that was not the real Indian team, na. They don't do proper scouting. Sifarishis are there. Money is happening. I mean, everything is still there in that place. So even in a World Cup team. And that is why we were able to beat them. Yes, our training was good. But if it was an actual Indian team, they would have thrashed us. And they should have. I mean, if it was an actual Indian team made of 1.5 billion. But it was not. It was very subjective depending on a few people who don't know football. So they selected 9 of my boys and 7 of them made it to the World Cup squad out of the 21. 7 were from our academy. We were the only academy in India which gave boys to the World Cup squad. Everybody else was AIFF boys. The only goal we've scored is Jackson Singh, and that's still the only goal we've ever scored in the World Cup. And with people like Anwar Ali who were there.
And that was a Minervan.
Yeah, he was a Minervan. And Anwar Ali, who was also playing as centre-back, he was regarded as one of the best players of the tournament, even though we did so badly. I mean, we didn't qualify from the group stage. And he's now the highest paid player in India. And he's 22. The story about him is that they banned him because some ISL club did something and they said he has a heart problem, he can't play. And he came from a family of goat herders. I picked him up from Adampur, Jalandhar. He used to live next to a railway line in a hut. And from there, he had 2 sisters. So there, we picked him up and by far the best centre-back India has ever produced. By far. And I used to be saying that 17. So when he was signed on after the World Cup to one of the ISL teams, and then he was just sent home unceremoniously that you can't ever play football again because you have a heart problem. I contacted the best cardiologist in the world, which is Dr. Sanjay Sharma, who's head of the English Olympic Committee. He was the head doctor at Tottenham. He was the guy who banned Aguero from playing there. He was the head of the English Premier League Cardiac Committee. He was the head of the Wimbledon Cardiac Committee. That means the cardiologist responsible for all the sports people. He was the topmost. So I told him this is the thing. And he says, no, we've got over 200 people in Europe playing like this. Why are they banning him? So when they kill talent, this is what I mean. They just killed him and they said, we'll give you a job worth a coach of 20,000 rupees. So there was a video of him doing exactly what I'm doing these days, holding my hands. He was actually making a video and saying, it's whatever the danger is, my danger. Now he's been playing without incident. He never had an incident. He was somebody who just reported it, but he's never had an incident ever. So they kill talent like this because they don't care. They have no empathy at all. Unless you have someone who has felt that pain, being a sports person at the top, he will never know the real problems of a sports person.
True that.
So administrator, yes, that should be for administration. For purposes of actually making sure the footballers or any sports people are there, you have to have someone who's played the game at the highest level so he knows each and everything which happens beyond.
All the more reason, Ranjit. All the more reason.
No.
But the thing is, the question is, right? You're a passionate man. You're doing a lot for Indian football, right? But at the end of the day, till the time you're not in a leadership position, you're not going to be able to make a call for a team that's called Team India.
No, that's where you're wrong. I'll tell you how. Suppose he's a boy playing in the Premier League. You really think I need to make that call? Or you think he's going to be given the red carpet and welcomed here? Quality talks. Why do you think those boys have been taken? Why do you think? So AIFF controls my timings, my fixture list, my referees, the kind of people they want to employ, and everything is fixed, by the way, here. Everything is fixed. Match commissioners, they can make it as difficult for me. I've still won. I'm Mohan Bagan, East Bengal, all these people have been here for 100 years. And I have just come back now. So in youth titles, I am number 1 by far. That means I've got 14 youth titles in just last 10 years, out of which 2 years were COVID and there was no games. So there's no one even compared to me. And in I-League titles, I've still got the maximum. In total number of trophies, I've got over all India, over 100 trophies. I've got the maximum number of players. Quality speaks. You cannot keep me down.
But
So
your past can bring you down and they're using it against you.
No.
But see,
See, that is if it, again, see, that is if it affects me. The point is if it affects me.
it affects the narrative.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. No, I tell you,
yeah.
listen, nobody would have given a about me if I didn't have results. Simple. There are two things in life, results and reasons don't count. Simple. Only results do. If I was such a loudmouth like I am now, without results, you really think anybody would have even given a damn? मैं वहाँ पे बोलता हूँ, ओ ठोकना है, लिवरपूल को 6 ठोकना है और वो ठुक के आ जाते हैं तो फिर So it would have been totally opposite. So, and one results. Then second, I totally believe trophies speak louder than words. And you've seen my collection.
Indeed, I have.
So, I don't need to prove anything to anyone. If people help me for getting their own country into the World Cup, we'll get there faster. If they don't, I'll still get them there a little bit later. But I'll get them there, I guarantee it. Why? Like I guaranteed everything, I know what it takes. And I'm sitting right here and I'm guaranteeing you that we're going to be there. And this can be repeated as a clip when we actually get there. Because I've been saying it everywhere. And I've been saying it before going for all my trophies. I'll win this World Championship, I'll win this, I'll win this, I'll win this, and I go and win it.
Okay, then in that case, you're asking me to repeat this clip. Give me 3 numbers that I can hold you for. 3 numbers for India to enter the World Cup. Give me 3 numbers.
I'll give you a prediction of the 2036 Olympics. If we are lucky enough to host it. Okay? That's a very big thing. And 90% thing we're going to host it because the kind of push is happening. We're going to get a medal in football in 2036 Olympics.
Irrespective of the color.
Irrespective of the color, we're going to get the medal guaranteed. Why? Because the boys who are 11, 12 now will be the ones who will be 21, 22 then. The ones who will be allowed to play under 23. And why do I know they'll be taken in? Because these boys will be in some European academy by the age of 16, 17 max. As long as Indians stay here, there's no chance we're going to get there. And if we actually put the sports constitution like the way it's made now, we will have a revolution because what's there in the constitution, we made states accountable, which was not there earlier because sports is a state subject. You could not touch them. Whereas what we have said is if you want to participate for India, you want to participate in the nationals, you want your guys to go to this national level, then you better be listening to us. If you want our funds, earlier the funds used to go, but the state is defunct. So the system has to change for us to be able to get to the World Cup. Simple. And with this constitution, it will. It has to. Countries before who were in 20 years ago were ranked below us have gone and qualified for the World Cup. So did they become richer than us? Uzbekistan or Jordan? No, they didn't, man. We became richer than everybody else. But they qualified. Then do you need a lot of stadiums? Like I used to keep saying there are no stadiums. No, you don't need stadiums. You don't need anything. You just need a culture where football is promoted and not killed. So if a boy thinks that no matter how hard I work, merit is not going to make it, like you just said, that if you don't keep on basically licking them, then how will your
I won't say
boys-
licking your... Mend your ways a little with them.
No, not at all. If they should I mend my ways or should they mend their astrologer ways? Come on, should I stop winning trophies and dominating auras? Or should they stop wasting Indian money? And whereas Mr. Kalyan Chaubey this year went to the US and saw the World Cup, India didn't. On whose funds did he go? So all these things need to be asked. If I don't say it, who's going to say it? No one has the guts now, otherwise they would have been saying it. But they all agree with me, na? Why? Why do they agree with me? They agree with me, everyone...
But they will also ask one thing, Ranjit, the 2018 ban on you, the racist remark, right? You have not come out and explained yourself what happened there, what are you apologizing about?
Okay, so again...
People will bring that up, right?
Again, so why didn't I explain? Because I don't give a as what people think about me. My actions speak louder than my words. I've got 200 kids on scholarship here, 150 are from the Northeast. The Northeastern state governments want to honor me and they've been wanting to call me. My boys are heroes there. And I have made not lives for those boys, but their families. So when a boy from the Northeast makes it, no, he doesn't make it, his entire family makes it. And I was only going to be in Indian football for 1 year because I thought it was a wild dream which I'm making sure is coming true. But success started right from the beginning. But I was never, no, I was, see, because of my past, I'm not, see, what are you scared of? What are people scared of? One, people are scared of getting hurt. I have been attacked by 20 people at one time. When I was in the Gangster days, an axe was put here, right here, it was here. So this entire thing you see was cut open. So you got some new things which I've never said in me. This finger was cut off. I carried this finger in my hand to the hospital and they stitched it up. I still can't use it. Other ones have been broken by being a goalkeeper in football. And I had 123 stitches on me. So I was almost dead. That's it. So that was taken out at me at the age of 18. That's when it happened. Out. Then comes that, are you afraid of cases? I'm not at all. I've been there, done that. And doesn't matter what they put on me. I don't care if they like me or not. I don't care anyone likes me or not. I'm going to get India there. And for that, if I have to be the most hated man alive, I don't care.
No, see, Ranjit, you're totally missing the point. The question was that why have you not come out and apologized about that remark? And how does that...
What remark?
The racist remark.
That's the point. That's why we went to court and it was proven wrong. Why do you think I got off? Because they were not able to prove it. Why do you think it happened? Because I was making allegations against them. There was an EXCO meeting, jiska subject tha, and this can be confirmed, by the way, from the ex-CEO, Sunando Dhar, who's now my friend, and he's ex-CEO, so he'll talk against them. The meeting's subject was how to get rid of the cancer of Indian football, Ranjit Bajaj. EXCO meeting is happening to discuss me. And when I knew that these guys are going to be like this, I knew that they're going to be doing all these things. They banned me, but they could not keep me away from the stadium because when they banned me, I was still with my boys. The matches were happening in Ambedkar and I was sitting in Firozshah Kotla right from the top and giving them instructions. Then in Calcutta, I was Barasat and I was outside on top of a house and I was with a microphone shouting instructions. You can't keep me away. So the next thing was there was a match there. If they didn't, so I had gone to the court. I got that ban overturned because they said it is hearsay. They didn't have any evidence. Even though the whole match is recorded, the entire thing is on TV, they didn't have any evidence.
Fair enough. Now, talk me through the first 30 days for a student who enrolls here at the Minerva Academy.
So, okay, so we have two programs. Both the programs are very similar, but one is a paid program. So, there are academies which give 20%, 30%, 40% scholarship. Okay, that's all ways of baiting the kid in. Either there's a 100% scholarship here or there's 0% scholarship. But you can join both ways. Why? Because the money which I earn from this side is all, we are a Section 8 company. We are non-profit and we've been from 2020 when Minerva was reborn again after Punjab FC was sold. I made sure it's a Section 8 company because now the aim, because I had won everything there is to win and my aim was getting India there. So it had to be a Section 8 non-profit company. And we are the only academy and the only club in India which is a non-profit Section 8. Everybody else is private limited. Now, when you come in here as a stool student or as a scholarship student, your assessment is done. So for the first 4 days, there are nothing but tests which are happening on you. Starting from your blood test to your maximum heart rate, your VO2 max, your blood profiling, then your mental cognitive test, your neuro vision test, then your psychology test, all our battery tests which we have for psychology, and then so we basically do actual SWOT analysis of a person and then we list it out to them and we tell them this is what your weaknesses are. See, unless you know your weaknesses, you can't improve. So this is what your weaknesses are, this is where you have to focus and this is where we're going to be focusing on you. And then that is done by 8 different departments. Department of Nutrition is also there. Suppose he has deficiency of vitamins or this or minerals, so they give a special diet plan. So that is the first thing they do.
How many coaches do you have here?
Here I have 47.
In Mohali?
In Mohali.
Bangalore?
Bangalore I have 17.
17.
And then in Pune now we've just opened up, we have 8 because we've just opened up, total 8 coaches. So when you have, and that's just the coaches by the way. So I have 12 physiotherapists here. I have 3 massage therapists here. I have 3 sports psychologists here. I have 2 nutritionists here. They are full-time and they all live on campus. I have a biomechanics guy. I have a sports science guy. I tell kids here that if I am not shouting at you and I am not killing you, you should be the saddest person in this world. Because that means I think you cannot improve anymore. If I'm after your and I'm really giving it to you, that means you should be very happy. That means I think you have a lot of talent and you can still improve. So outside my door, it's not owner, director, it's chief pusher.
What is the exact cost of developing a player? How young are the players who come in?
We start at the age of 7, and we go up to 18. But
what is the exact cost for developing from 7 to 18?
From 7 to 18, right now around 6 lakhs a year.
6 lakhs a year.
That's without any foreign trips. And that's if you add the foreign trips and everything else to each player's thing is 12 lakhs a year. Double it.
And who's signing this bill?
Me.
Completely out of your pocket?
Completely out of my pocket.
You have no funding?
I have no funding. Only me, and we are a Section 8 company. That means any money which does come into Minerva, I cannot take it out because this is audited by the government. You cannot be a Section 8 company otherwise. So the only other earning source which we have is the academy, which is owned by my mother, and I am still on a salary.
So the kind of transparency that you're asking for from AIFF, you're sure that that's the transparency here at Minerva, and I can see the books.
In fact, I want to show you that. So when you actually, when we're going to be talking about this right now, and this is the time when people will be seeing my ITRs for the last 3 years, and they'll be seeing what debt I am under, and they'll be seeing all the loans I've taken currently. So nobody goes and, people can say, oh, I've taken a loan. Nobody actually goes and does it, okay, if they don't want to. The only property I own is a shop which is around 1 kilometer from here in some market, shop cum flat which is there in the market, which is valued at 1.3 crore. And I have a loan against that as well, which I took just before going for this because my wife said, can't give me anything. So, and kudos to her, she's been an angel. So that was my latest loan which I took. And again, well, we'll be talking about this, you'll be showing that. So, and not only transparency, I'm transparent to the core, because I keep saying it, man, that I have no money, man. People can go and check everything they want to. It's very open. And I am the director in 2 companies, which is Delhi FC, which is a private limited company. That company is under 2 crores debt. I am under 4. Now it's going to be reaching around 4 CR.
What's your biggest goal, Mr. Bajaj?
My goal is something which is just, I think, kind of, so okay, that's my goal. I want to reach there. Aim is something which I know I have planned for, and I have planned for in a way which is so meticulous that it's earlier a 14-year plan from 2000, and now it's become 2020. Now it's become a 16-year plan. The plan is getting India a medal in the Olympics and getting India to the World Cup in 2034. But I'm more sure about the medal in the Olympics because they'll all be under 23 and they're the ones who are 11 and 12. What I'm not sure about is the World Cup. Why? Because if the federation does its magic and then selects the players or coaches which are old and who play with the old way, we won't make it. But if they select the young generation, not only will we make the World Cup, we'll go and give out a great performance even in our first time, like Cabo Verde did. My aim is that I have to give India the first Mohammad Salah. That's the third aim. So that's going to happen. So there's going to be a big player who will go to Europe and dominate Europe and will be a huge superstar like Mohammad Salah.
By when?
So they're 11 and 12 now.
So another 5 years.
Another 5-6 years. They'll be in the top academy. Another 7 years, he'll be in the top club. Max. So that's another date and thing which you take me up on.
So
because see, if that's not going to happen, the other things are not going to happen. We're only going to make it if there are 10 Indians playing in the Champions League.
Now coming to our children, 15-year-old. How and exactly where does the career of a 15-year-old footballer in our country get screwed up when he's so brilliant at 15 but can't make it to a pro?
You know, I didn't say, I'm not the only one saying it. We had FC Goa and then India's coach Manolo Marquez. He said the same thing. Igor Stimac came and said the same thing. That Indian kids at the age of 14, 15 are almost the same and thereabouts. It's after that the big difference takes place. Again, the federation. The federation has...
Exactly at which age?
14, 15.
That's where it goes wrong.
Because till then, it's almost the same. But then, the 14, 15-year-olds are not taken as adults. In India, they're put as kids. Because, oh my God, what happens to a kid? At 15, you're playing international football in Spain, Lamine Yamal, and you're playing for Barcelona. And that's what Messi was doing, and that's what all the big players are doing. So there's always one or two. But that's never going to be possible in India because you're supposed to sign a professional contract, and at the age of 17, you sign it. Then you play for, obviously, some second division club or I-League. Then you have a great season because some coach actually plays you for the whole year. Then you get picked up at the Indian Super League. Then the same coach, some other coach actually plays you the whole year. And again, you have a great season. Then you might make it the age of 19. You're over by then. I mean, talking about the world level. You need, if you're good enough, you need to be there or thereabouts at the age of 16, 17. Max. The entire mentality of our country, of the federation, of the people in the sports ministry have to change. They have the same rules which they apply for football. They're different yardsticks for different sports.
Right.
You can't say that you have to be in the top 8 of handball, no offense to handball, or volleyball, or any of these countries, because they are not the top sport in 155 countries. Please understand what it means. The number 1 sport in 155 countries. And you want to be in the top 8, only then you'll send our team. Now, how stupid is that? Because then we'll never get in the top 8. Now, this scheme...
The top scheme that you're talking about.
Yeah, which this top scheme is, that is totally anti-sports. There's your controversy. It is the worst thing which can happen to Indian sports. Because it's a very easy way for them to get all the kudos. Because see, अच्छा, कौन-कौन तुम में से मेडल जीत सकता है? अरे तुम हो, ये लो 5 करोड़, 5 करोड़, 5 करोड़. फिर उनमें से एक जीत गया. ओ भाई, हमने बनाया. And तुम में से कौन-कौन नहीं जीत सकता? सर, हम ट्राई कर रहे हैं, सर, हमारे को पैसे भाग जाए सर. So, we have a habit of supporting champions when either they've already made it or they almost made it. If I'm in the top 8 in the world or even in Asia, I don't need their money. Because my TV rights will be so much, my federation will be able to take care of everything for me.
Fair enough. How are you guys scouting them?
Oh, our scouting is where my main costs go. We have a complete dedicated team which is just traveling the whole year. So they all go to every district of India. They don't go to just the capital city. This year in our scouting, there were 130,000 or 40,000 kids from the age groups of 8 to 18, maybe. And normally, the bigger age group we go to, we get hardly anyone matching to our standards. In the lower age groups, we just look for different things. That means we look for hunger and desire. And we had out of 134,000, this time it's been around 47 who've been selected.
How many of them women, girls?
None. Because it's not a girls' academy. I have a few girls here. In fact, we trained 4 of them and all 4 of them made it to India.
So why not a girls' academy?
Because I can't keep them safe. Not here. Here I can keep them very safe. Here they'll be protected with everything. There. With the AIFF. With the Indian national team.
Isn't that a little unfair? Just because you can't keep a girl safe at the AIFF, you don't want to go ahead and start. In fact, I've seen your interviews in which you said that
girls will get there faster. You know why? Because the AIFF doesn't interfere that much. They don't support them that much.
All the more reason you should have a girls' academy.
Yes, I should have a girls' academy, but till the time... See, I was there. I was the one who took out this thing which happened when an Indian national team coach of under 17 was blamed for molesting and grooming a 15-year-old, and the reports were sent by the team manager, who was a girl who used to work for me here earlier. Okay, and she sent the report to AIFF, and I saw that report and I was shocked no one's taken any action. I took it to Qureshi Saab, Chief Election Commissioner, and Justice Dave, who were the people running the federation then, because they put me as the head of one of the committees of integrity and all this. That's where I took out the astrologer and all the thing. So I took it to them and I said, this is horrible. They made sure an FIR is filed. They made sure that guy is arrested. Okay. But we were there for only 2 months. And then I said, I want to put a lifetime ban on him. He was going to put a lifetime ban. And then they said, no, we have to wait for the court case to finish. Otherwise, they'll be arbitrary without having any evidence, without giving him this. So he says, okay, fine. And he wrote it there that there should be a lifetime ban on this person. because everyone should feel that their daughters are safe, especially if they go to the Indian national team. And nothing was done. The guy's coaching again. So
you take away the
system,
right of a woman
No,
becoming
I don't.
a footballer
I don't.
from the whole
No,
community.
No, I don't. You have to understand that when I say that my goals are so audacious, unfortunately, and this is where I'm wrong. Unfortunately, I cannot be even thinking about being worried. That's the last worry I need to have if my girls are safe. That's the last worry. See, when your aims and goals are different, then you have to make sure there are some things which you have to keep yourself safe from. Every decision I make is looking at how it will affect 2034 and 36. Every decision.
While I understand, I'm appalled. And
my mom, and when I say my mom's son,
and you seem to be strong and weak in the same frame.
Yeah, because probably of my life experiences, probably of some of the PTSD I gained because of my mom's experiences. And my mom, Ranjit Bajaj, she is the one who fought against the supposed super cop of India, KPS Gill. And because of her, she went on with this case for 20 years, fighting against the most powerful man who's actually been accused of
molestation.
No, yeah, her, but accused of picking up entire families and making them disappear. But why did that? He thought he was so powerful, he could get away with everything. My mom was a young IS officer, and in a party, she was molested. She went to the court as a young officer who was nothing in front of the DGP of Punjab Police, and who was given that time the power of life and death. He could just pick up anyone and kill them, and no one asked a question. And from that time, how it took her 20 years to get justice in this country, because in this country, there was not even a law. So a new law had to be made to protect the outraging of the modesty of a woman. When I started this academy, I'm a very accidental club owner. I keep on saying that, or academy owner. I was playing football myself in 2013. That was my way of, because I was very fit, went for Everest and all, came back. And once I did that, I wanted to give back to my football. That's why I had a club which was supposed to only play one season in the second division. That's it. And I opened a junior boys side, and they became the national champions the very first year. So I'm a very accidental club owner. अगर ये मेरे को victories ना मिलती, मेरा club ना होता. मैं हर रोज अपने भांडे बेच के club चलाता था. तो आप कह रहे हो कि ये तो तू कर रहा है, साथ में मैं women's की team भी कर लूँ, और फिर women's की team करूँ, और उसके बाद उसको वो भी करूँ. So you have to understand, I'm already doing this at such a big stretch.
I understand
at such a huge stretch. I know more than anyone in this world what women have to go through and what they're going through on a daily basis, because I've lived it for 20 years. I've seen this patriarchal society ruin women's lives. And in fact, I've said it so many times, the women will reach the World Cup faster than the men. But I have never said that I am going to do it. I have taken on my goal and my responsibility, which is the boys. Why? Because I'm an expert there. I might be an expert with women, I've never tried. Will I try? Yes, I will. Once I know that I can keep them safe, when is that going to be? New constitution, which earlier had no protections. Why? Because our Secretary General himself was molesting coaches. So obviously he's not going to say anything to coaches molesting under 15 girls. And you expect me to send my girl there and then do what? Think about it. Oh shit, I should have done something about it. Yes, I was doing the right thing, yeah. I was doing the right thing. I was just helping women empower themselves.
Okay.
I have not empowered them. I have scarred them for life. You understand the mistrust and distrust of AIFF I have. I have been scarred by them. I am a scarred person by them. Because they spend my money on astrologers. They spend my money on 67 lakhs of biryani. They spend my money, our president, on buying Reebok shoes from the official AIFF credit card. The other guy goes and has massages from hotels, which I again took out from the AIFF credit card, the vice president. So when you have people like that, yes, you're damn right, I'm not going to do it. I want my women to think that's the last thing you have to think about. And that can only happen if the law supports you. And now the law supports us. And now, not only me, you see a lot of people like me coming up with academies, because a lot of people have daughters.
You said you made a name for yourself. Minerva Academy, of course, is benefiting from that. Yes, you're called the man who's shaping the future of football. What happens to Minerva if you vanish tomorrow?
Thank you for asking that. Oh my God, no one's asked that. Thank you. So, like I said, why am I so cocky and I keep saying that I'll go and win? because of my processes. My processes are world class. And that's the first thing I did. What if I die tomorrow? This dream should die with me. And yes, I am going to die. I'm going to die one of these days, so are you. But what if I die tomorrow? Is it going to go on? Is all my knowledge and whatever I've done, is it going to be sustainable? That's why it's an NGO, that's why it's a non-profit company. And the processes are very, very simple and anyone can apply them.
Okay, fair enough. So who's the successor of Minerva Academy?
Oh, there are so many.
Many?
There are many successors.
So you have a plan in place?
Oh yeah, plan in place. Even till, so 36th the plan in place, if I'm there or not there, if they follow the timeline, you don't require passion or this, you require this. See, motivation, again I said, motivation only gets you that far. Effort is what gets you. So effort gets you the dopamine required to be motivated. It's not the opposite way around, motivation gets you effort. So my motivation is just there so that they can put the first ounce of effort. Once the effort starts happening, the motivation automatically gives you dopamine and it's a continuous process.
Okay. Now talking about the things that a couple of your haters are saying.
Yep. I love them.
Number one, age fraud.
So first of all, there is a TW3 method, Tanner Whitehouse testing method, which the AIFF, my biggest fans, have employed. And I think they've done it especially for me, कि ये सारा title कैसे जीते आता है, तो पक्का age fraud ही होएगा. And I won my maximum titles after the TW3 was introduced. Okay, out of the 14 I have, 7 or 8 have been after that. And they are available for everyone to see openly. That means all people who have clubs and academies can access the system. AIFF conducts a test for those boys, they take them, whatever thing is, this has got nothing to do with us.
And you can prove that.
Yeah. No, it's there, it's openly there.
Okay.
So that's done. Then
Number
second,
two,
yeah.
Number two, they say that the competitions that you have won,
Yeah.
that you're proud of, especially the Gothia Cup,
Yeah.
not of that stature.
Great, because see, what happens is that either you can see it, okay, and then you say that the standard is not there. So please go see the under 12 football being played in the whole world and what the level of the final was. It was like one of the best in the world. We had 85,000 people from India watching it live from illegal stream without commentary. An under 12 match. On the same day the World Cup final is being played, they were watching an under 12 match being played. They were taking time out in the middle of the day. 85,000. We don't even have that for the Indian senior team. Age fraud or no quality not being good. Come on, guys. By the way, the Indian national team, no people don't know, the coach now is being Devyano. He went for the MIC Cup with the Indian national team in 2018. 4 of the boys were mine from my academy. They couldn't do anything. So, see, when we do this, it is done openly. I say it beforehand. People don't believe it because we score and smash people.
Which other academy in India, apart from Minerva, is doing this? Would you say that, you know, I'm proud of that academy as well?
Which is what I'm doing. No academy in the world is doing what I'm doing. No academy in the world. That's why I'm doing so well. I'm way, way ahead of everybody there.
So what is the effect of ISL on Indian football then?
It's destroyed us. Because it's 10 billionaires fighting against each other. There are no selling clubs. They're only buying clubs. Who's going to produce the player? You had 6 foreigners from 4. That means nobody was striking Indian strikers. There were 2 strikers, 2 midfielders, 2 centre backs. हमारे स्ट्राइकर क्या थे? हमारे स्ट्राइकर जो थे उनको बना दिया राइट बैक या लेफ्ट बैक या राइट विंग या लेफ्ट विंग. So they used to play the entire season as a left wing or right wing, and then when they didn't have any strikers, so when they were put as strikers, they say, oh, he can't score goals. He can't score goals because the whole year you've been playing him as a winger because you got 2 foreign strikers there. So how do we produce the next Sunil Chhetri? Sunil Chhetri, when he was playing all his life, he played as a striker. And now is the time when he's old that he's, you know, being given other positions. But all his life, all his clubs. So you can't say that you play a position now and then for the national team you go play some other position, because that's what you do once. The whole day you are, the whole year you are playing as some other position. So we are shooting ourselves in the foot all the time.
Is football the most corrupt sports federation?
In the world. In the world. Forget about AIFF. In FIFA.
No, I'm just talk about India.
Because what is AIFF? What is a federation? Federation is a collection of all the states. Guaranteed.
Most
By
corrupt.
far. Oh yeah. यार आपने करप्शन सुनी है ना इनकी, इनको शर्म भी नहीं आती है. करप्शन तुम ढंग की कर लो. एक ऐसी करप्शन करने वाली एस्ट्रोलॉजर को 25 लाख रुपए दे दिए. I mean, how can you, and it's not a joke. They gave it to the national team coach is supposed to follow that advice. How can you do that? So, and we're not a rich federation, we don't have any money. And then he was fired, the coach, and then we had to pay 6 crores to him from our money because somebody had an ego problem, the president had an ego problem with him. And he could have just waited for 6 months and we wouldn't have had to pay. Now the 6 crores came out of the women's budget and the junior budget. Next year, we have 50% cut. To see what incompetence does. The whole world knows under 15 World Cup is happening. They've been preparing for 1 year and they've been playing 30, 40 matches. They've not even made the team and it's 1 month away.
And you made a reel.
I made a reel 1 month ago from there that this is happening. Nobody even knew about it in India, that this is happening because they not released it. And then they've still not done anything.
And you made an 85-day plan also.
85-day plan with a 4 crore investment from my side. That means why? Because what I'm doing, all I'm doing is for this, for the World Cup. So imagine if I'm able to prove to the world, oh my God, these boys are good enough. Do you know how much support the corporates will give, not only to me, but to the entire football community? And it's a chance to prove to the world that we Indians have arrived, man. We can dominate. And I would have gone and dominated and beaten the shit out of all the teams. Someone you think...
Who's against you in the AIFF?
Everyone. Each and everyone. Each and everyone.
So you have no friends in the Football Federation? No friends
in the Football Federation and all the clubs who are richer than me. I have no friends. All the clubs who are not richer than me, that means they started off like me and they're grassroots clubs, they all love me. The Indian football fans, they all love me. The fans of those clubs, the ISL Super Club, which I keep on ditching, they all hate me. And they hate me with a vengeance. And I don't care.
So which would be that one club from ISL that you would not coach for, even if you were given like thousands of crores for it?
I would not coach for any club in the ISL. Ever. Ever. I will only coach for my country because I don't need any jobs.
What about Punjab FC? Came out
No, never, man. I don't need jobs. I'm not going to be wasting my life coaching clubs.
So coming back to your bad decision. Bad decision was believing the label.
Yep.
Exactly what label was that?
Oh, gangster, or, you know, someone you need to be very shit scared of, or, you know, someone who's crazy, which I am, but in a bad way.
So after that transformation, you have no regrets. You've not made a single mistake. You're not regretting anything in the dark room.
Not at all.
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
There has not been a single moment where you've said something in rage to one of your kids and you've regretted that.
No.
No?
No.
That's not happened.
No, because see, if
How many years? 10 years since the MINERVA Academy opened up? Football 2016?
No, yeah, it's opened up then, but I had been a changed man since 2013 onwards, 2012, 2011, 12 onwards, totally. So it's been 16 years since I joined MINERVA back again as a teacher. Since I've been teaching. So I've been living my life.
Even on the point.
I've been living my life through, why am I so confident? Because OLQs, man, officer-like qualities, black or white. Either you have it or you don't. Simple.
So no grays in Ranjit Bajaj?
No, not at all. Why? Because I'll tell you why. Because you can't be that I'll be loyal to him and not him. I'll be honest to him and not him. You can't choose. Either you are that person or you are not. There is no gray area in life. It's black or white. You're honest or you're not. Simple. You're loyal or you're not. You're patriotic or you're not. You can't choose. See, qualities cannot be quantitative. That's the whole point. Qualities and quantities. So qualities are qualities. They're not quantity. You can't be more honest than someone. You can't be more loyal.
Who's paid the maximum price for your dreams?
Oh, my parents. If you say if there's any kind of regrets, it would be till last 3 years ago. My regrets used to be every day that I really made my parents suffer, because they are very upright, straight people, and who have never taken 1 rupee in bribe, and they're so proud that they live their life through morals, because my mom being my grandfather, my Nanaji's daughter in armed forces, and me also just taking after my Nanaji, because I used to be his favorite grandchild, and that was my aim, to make him proud more than my parents. And that's who this academy is named after, Lieutenant Colonel Deol's MINERVA Academy. So they went through that, but now I'm so happy that now they can be validated. That okay, fine, we stood for this guy when he was a jerk and he was and it was good we stood by him because we were proven right.
Do you miss your gangster days?
No, I think I'm a bigger gangster now. I'm gangster for life.
All right then. Thank you so much, Ranjit. It has been a pleasure. Before I let you go, something that you'd like to say to a youngster who dreams of becoming a footballer in this country?
Yes, you are limited only by your belief in yourself. Unless you believe you can do it, no one will. If you have any doubts that, I might not make it, might make it, you will never make it. Believe in yourself and make sure you're better than yesterday every single day. No one can stop you. Work hard, and that's the only way I don't believe in talent. I only believe in hard work. The day talent has an off day, hard work beats it. And that's what we are doing. We're beating them every day because we work our ass off.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Oh, no one. He's still to come. He's going to be an Indian.
Thank you so much. What a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Bad decision.
Well, good-looking people don't need makeup.
Nice.
It's people like us.
ठीक है.
Football is a cool, man.
Okay, so we have a guest.
We have a guest here.
Hello, my brother. Hi. You have to care what others will think. कोई mind तो नहीं कर जाएगा. मेरे मुंह में कोई filter नहीं है. मैं मुंहफट हूँ.